It was absolutely necessary to say some stuff on behalf of my grandpa. I think everyone that's going to talk, and Hannah will probably mention many times, Grandpa's pipe. It became kind of a Pavlov's dog reaction for me. He warmed me up in the outfield during a baseball game, and you'd smell that awful smoke. And you knew he was there, and it was my immediate reaction to turn around and go run to him and grab a juice, because he always had a juice for us. It wasn't always just me, there was always a friend of mine that would always tag along, and sure enough, there'd be another juice for him too. Just the role model that he provided for all of us, 7 kids. Granted, he had 5 of the most well-behaved boys that you could ever imagine.
When they're done, ask them if they want something.
But
If they I'll come back.
the legacy that we left behind, seeing everybody here today that was up for Memorial, is absolutely fantastic. So that's about all I have to say.
So our next oldest is Kathy and Chris's daughter, Jackie. I'm reading on her behalf of what she wrote. Today we all come to celebrate the life of an amazing man. Being the first granddaughter, I was fortunate. I was fortunate to have many years with Grandpa in my life. It's hard to pinpoint all the things I will miss about him because there are too many. The memories that will stick out the most will be his love and support. He always came to cheer us on in all our sporting activities. He would always be behind the fence smoking his pipe. Just a heads up, you might hear a lot about him smoking his pipe. Meant a lot to us of his grandchildren. His pipe, which whenever I get a hint of that smell, will always remind me of him. He would always stick around to the end to give us a juice. The many sleepovers and him always letting me hang out with him in his workshop, and me sneaking in his office to pretend to smoke his tobacco pipe. I will miss seeing him at all of the family get-togethers. Grandpa always put us first before himself. He was a very generous man and has helped all of us to have opportunities in life that we may have never had. Losing him has been tough, but I look at it in a different perspective now. We now have a guardian angel looking over all of us. He will always be around watching over and guiding us through life. I'm thankful and I'm thankful he was able to meet my husband and shake his hand. I'm thankful he got to be a part of my son's life as well. I love you, Grandpa. I will miss you always until we meet again. I ask you have a beer tobacco pipe ready for me. Rest in peace. So the next oldest is Brandon. Tyler? I got mixed up. I'm sorry. Tyler. I'm reading on his behalf. Sorry, guys. Whoa, Lord. What I'll remember most about Grandpa is the support and pride he had for each of his grandkids. As I'm sure each grandkid will attest, he never missed a sporting event, school function, or life event. He always made it a priority to be there for each and every one of us. After every one of my baseball games, win or lose, he always had a roll of Tootsie Rolls and an A&W soda for me. I think I ended up with about 1,000 leftover Tootsie Rolls in my baseball bag by the end of my high school career, more cavities than I could count. What I admired most about him was his practicality and resourcefulness. His ability to fix things was amazing, and even greater was his willingness and selflessness to fix things for his family. He's already sorely missed by all of us. How fortunate we are to have had him in our lives for as long as we did. So, that's Tyler. Now Brandon. Sorry, I got those two mixed up. I had my mom confirm, and she said it was the right order.
How we doing, guys? My name is Brandon. This is my daughter, Ava. That was over there. My wife, Julie, has it.
I wrote something down, but I have to read off before I start all of them. I'll do that. Of course. All right, my grandpa was a great man. He was a kind-hearted, loving, generous, and a textbook example of a family man. I couldn't have asked for a better role model growing up. He was always it. He made it to my games, juice box and pipe in hand. Sorry, guys.
You're fine.
He taught me that anyone can say things, but just to show support. But showing up is what most important. It speaks volumes. When I look at these two young ladies, I will be certain to show up and teach them the same morals and ethics that he embedded in each one of us up here. We love the family get-togethers, from picnics to Christmas Eve. Just seeing all of us will always put a smile on his face. That never changed. I will pass that along the traditions he created for all of us, of these girls, because they are some of the greatest memories that I've had. After high school, I went to the Marine Corps, and I'm sorry guys, this is tough. He would write letters to me constantly, all through boot camp, telling me different stories from his past growing up in his military experience himself, encouraging me to stay focused and supporting me along the way for my new adventure. I couldn't have asked and be more thankful for his consistency. When Ava was born, him and Grandma were the first there to be at the hospital before anyone else. Even though he wasn't physically able to be here to meet Layla, I know he was there in spirit. I know he will continue to look down on us and watch everyone continue to grow. Until next time, Grandpa. Thank you.
So we have two grandkids that live in Texas. They're brother and sister Justin and Ashley. They're Toby's kids. Unfortunately, they weren't able to make it, so I am reading on their behalf. Sorry. And I'm a little unorganized. Okay. He says, sorry Jasper, Allison, and I couldn't be here in person. So Justin just had a little boy. We were looking forward to seeing everyone and introducing everyone to Jasper for the first time. A few things I'm going to miss the most are the pipe. In that distinctive way, Grandpa always said hello whenever you saw him. Just the way he would say it, always let you know you are welcomed into his home. Grandpa, you will be very loved and missed very much by all of us. And this is from Ashley. I have such fond memories of Grandpa. My earliest memory of Grandpa is of him smoking his pipe. I know we can all recall and enjoy the smell of his cherry tobacco. I smile thinking of all the times he coaxed Eliana is her daughter, with candy to sit on his lap and chat with him. He could easily put her to sleep by gently brushing her face. He was the baby whisperer. He was a hardworking man and a talented carpenter. I cherish dearly the things that he made. Memories like these are what bring me comfort in his absence. Grandpa will forever be in our thoughts with love and fond memories. So next we have Mitchell.
Your brother.
My brother. Sorry, I should have said.
Alright, so I'm Mitchell. Just share a few quick things that stuck for me with Grandpa at the many, but the very first one would be the nickname that I had for him, which was Mitchell Ho. That was always the way that he said hello to me. Whenever we'd walk in at Christmas or whatever it was, the first thing he said to me was, Mitchell Ho! I don't know what I did to deserve that, but that's what I got. And yeah, so that's my nickname from him. And then again,
life, I'm sure, everybody's going to mention it. But there's a little bit more deeper meaning that I found in thinking about it, especially with everything that's been going on. Grandpa wasn't the loudest guy, but you always knew he was there. You'd smell it, and just that scent alone meant that Grandpa was there. He's supporting you. He loves you. He always told you he loved you, no matter how well you played a baseball game. He came up to you and told you he was proud of you. But the smell of that, just in my mind, was subconsciously, he's there, he's supporting me. So now I don't even have to smell it, I just know it's there, and I just know that he's there supporting each and every one of us. He loves us. And that's what that means to me, even going forward. Just in times of struggle, when you're feeling down or you don't, you feel like you need some support, maybe a little pick me up, just that thought clicks in your mind with that smell, and it's like Grandpa's there, he's there with you. And that's what that's forever going to mean to me. And in some, sort of fashion, it's going to do the same for each and every one of you. And then, since his passing too, as weird as it is, and times of chaos at work, whenever I do get downtime, I always feel this being compelled to pray, and it's always like, I feel like Grandpa's there nudging me. I'm sitting there constantly praying, and I'm sure, because I've got a partner that I drive with at work, and we're always having conversations, but in my time of being compelled to pray, for safety, for people that I go to work with, that they're going to be safe, that everybody I work with is going to go home safe. It's always the thing that is going to stick with me too. It's weird because I always feel this nudge, and down, times of quiet when there's not a whole lot of chaos, it's like he's sitting there, he's like, okay, you need to pray. Keep praying, keep thinking of everybody and everything bigger than yourself. And it's weird, but I know my partner said stuff, and I'm sure I'm just not really listening to him because I'm stuck in thought and prayer. But that's another thing that Grandpa gave to me. I feel better for it. So I guess that's all I've got.
Tell me what you do.
What's that?
Tell me what you do for.
I'm a law police officer. That's the chaos I'm talking about.
Omaha Police Officer.
Hi, my name is Tessa. I'm grandkid number 8. I found a quote today when preparing for this that said, "Grandpas have silver in their hair and gold in their hearts." And our grandpa did. His heart was gold. He was the most generous man I have ever met. So willing to give to charity, his church, his family. I don't think I would have become a nurse or a nurse I am today without his support and encouragement. His faith was also very important to him. He taught us that God was the most important thing in their life. He was so dedicated, went to Mass weekly, if not daily. He was a prayer warrior, and he would wear a line on the carpet of hospitals, walking back and forth whenever his family would need it. He was so willing to help his grandkids with projects. I remember going down to his workshop with him, and it smelling like wood and pipe tobacco. He would have absolutely everything he would ever need, and he would work so hard on a project that wasn't even his own. He was the best cheerleader. He went to all of his grandkids' events: baseball, basketball, dance and music recitals, football, soccer, softball. He was always there to support us and cheer us on. He did that with not only sporting events, but also in life. He always wanted to know what was going on in your life and was proud of us with every accomplishment. He was an amazing example of a husband. He and Grandpa weren't just partners, but they were friends. They loved being with each other. They loved collecting and going to auctions together. They would waltz at weddings. And you could just see by watching them how much they love each other. He gave us quite a marriage and a legacy to look up to. Grandpa, I'll miss your hugs, and how warm your personality was. I'll miss you every holiday, and I'll miss the way you would kiss us grandkids on the forehead and say, "Hey kid," or whatever nickname you gave us. Can't wait to see you again. Love you.
Thank you, Tessa. So the next one in order is 6 days older than me. Her name is Carly. She's the closest thing it is.
I don't know how you guys are putting it together. I'm losing it. So my name is Ernie. Grandpa always called me Carl for as long as I can remember. Whenever I meet somebody new, it's not long until they start calling me Carl. And knowing that I'll still have that the rest of my life to remind me of him is really hard work. The last time I saw Grandpa before his hospitalization was Valentine's Day. And it was shortly after I just got engaged. And he was beaming, so smiley, so excited, and just couldn't wait. Grandpa had a way of letting you know how he felt about you without saying a word. And knowing that he's proud of you, whether it was squeeze on your shoulder or his thumb brushed up along your cheek, you know exactly what he was thinking. Although I did anything to have me first, I wanted it. I know he'll be watching me, and he'll be right there.